Hi everyone, welcome back to the Temple Your Grace. My name is DakuTii and we are going to do some Am I the A-hole reacts. I haven't read any of these, I've obviously gone through the titles to make sure that they're friendly, but I am very excited to get this done. I haven't done one of these for a very long time and I thought, you know what? I watched Charlotte Debray enough. She's my inspiration. Let's get into it. As always, if you're new here, welcome to the temple. Grab a snack, grab a drink, make yourself at home. And to those who are returning, much love to you all. I love that I can keep having you here. Without further ado, let's get into this Am I the A-hole reacts. I haven't done this for a long time, so let's see how I travel. Am I the A-hole for refusing to give up my honeymoon suite for my sister's wedding night? My 29 male wife, 28 female, and I got married last year, but due to financial reasons, we postponed our honeymoon until this year. We finally booked a week-long trip at a beautiful resort, and we specifically chose a honeymoon suite with a private balcony and an ocean view. You know what? That sounds lovely. Why would you not want a balcony with an open ocean view? Let's be honest. Now, my sister, 25 female, just got engaged, and she and her fiance decided to have a quick wedding at the same resort. Our parents are helping with the cost, so my sister and her fiance booked a standard room, not the honeymoon suite. A few weeks before our trip, my mum called me and said it would be so special if my wife and I switched rooms with my sister and her fiance for just one night so they could have a real honeymoon experience. I'm sorry, what? Hold on. So they got not only help for the cost, but now they're wanting to use your honeymoon suite. Excuse me. I don't know what just happened there, but excuse me. So obviously, let's continue this, okay? Let's continue and then we'll get into it. I said no because my wife and I planned this trip for a long time, and we paid extra for the honeymoon suite. As you do, honeymoon suites aren't cheap, you know. I mean, I've never booked one, but they're not cheap. Oh my gosh, the entitlement is real. Now my mum and sister are calling me selfish, saying that I should understand how important a wedding night is, and that I already had my wedding a year ago. My dad thinks I should just do it to keep the peace, but my wife is firmly on my side. Am I the a-hole for refusing to give up my honeymoon suite for one night? Short edit, I went no contact with my sister and my mother. Okay, let's break this down, okay? So you get wedding, so you get married, and due to financial reasons, you had to postpone honeymoon. Honestly, that happens. And I'm glad that you were able to have a really nice honeymoon. But at the same time, the entitlement of your sister is real. How can they expect you to give up something that you've paid for, mind you? They're not offering any financial compensation for the loss of the room for the night. You know, I get that they want to have a special evening, but they already had the wedding paid for. Like, excuse me. Okay, let's see what chat says. Let's see what the viewers say first, okay? I'm selfish for wanting to keep the room I booked and paid for before you even got a ring. I think you need to take another look at this situation and realize I'm the one being selfish. Call the resort and make sure that you know you're the one checking for the room and it's not for the wedding. They might try to spin it so they get it first. Oh, I didn't think of that. Especially seeing as his sister's ID will have her maiden name same as OP. That's really smart. That's really smart. Excellent response. That is very important. Not the a-hole. If they want to comp you for your entire stay and pay to redo your trip later, I might consider to save a couple bucks, but I would probably still say no. It's your honeymoon, not yes. That's what I'm saying. Like, why are they trying to back off your honeymoon? So essentially what it's telling me is that they couldn't afford it, which is fine, but they wanted something nice. You know, you want something nice, you can turn a normal room into something really special. I have done that for myself. A bit of self-care, get yourself a couple of fluffy robes, some slippers. You can get them Kmart, Target, or if this is in America, Walmart. You know, get yourself a couple of bougie items and dress up your hotel room. You don't need a honeymoon suite to make it special. Oh my gosh. Not the a-holes. Sounds like they choose to have their wedding at the resort so they could extort you into giving up your vacation. See? I'm not the only one. Oh my gosh. So you booked a holiday vacation at a resort and they coincidentally booked the same resort at the exact same time for their wedding. Yeah. Yeah, that's a little sus. Look, I'm going to agree with chat. Oh, sorry, not chat. I keep saying chat. I'm going to agree with them and say, not the a-hole. Okay, that was what a great way to start. All right. Am I the a-hole for cutting off my sister after she slept with my son's dad? Wait, what? Excuse me? Okay, I can't judge based on the title. I can't judge, okay? Oh my gosh. I, 23 female, have a 4-year-old son with my ex, 24 male. We've been separated for about 3 years, but we co-parent well and have always tried to keep things respectful for the sake of our son. Fair. A few months ago, I found that my 26 female sister slept with my son's dad. Honestly, it's a complicated situation that I don't want to get into. Honestly, we don't open that door. But the bottom line is I had no idea they were even close. I didn't even know they had spent time together outside of the few interactions they had when I was around. She doesn't even live in the same country. Wait, how did that happen if she doesn't live in the same country? I live in the Caribbean and she came here from South America just last year to attend school. Oh, okay. Makes more sense. When I found out, I was devastated, as you should be. As you should be. Not just by my ex, but my own sister. She knew everything I'd been through with him, all the lying, cheating, and abuse I endured during our relationship. She knew exactly how much this would hurt me. I told her I couldn't forgive her for what she did, and I cut her off completely. I felt completely betrayed by the one person I thought I could trust. Honestly, how could you not feel betrayed by that? Like, how? If someone's not betrayed by something like that, I have questions. I lashed out and sent some really harsh messages to her on social media and said some hurtful things, and shared pictures and messages with her mum to let everyone know what happened. I put them on blast, and I don't regret it because I needed to express how I felt and they honestly deserved it. Now our family is divided. At first, everyone was supportive of me, but recently my dad has been telling me that enough time has passed and I should try to make amends with her. Seriously? Basically, I already told him she cannot come and stay in this same house with me after she did that. He wants her to come back. He says I'm being too spiteful and that I should consider forgiving her, but I just can't. I know he feels bad that the family isn't speaking to her, mostly our cousins, which is heavily influenced by me, but I feel like I don't ever want to speak to her again. Am I the a-hole for refusing to forgive her and cutting her out of my life? Look, at the end of the day, this is more complicated than I feel what's being written. If that was me, I would feel betrayed too. I would feel betrayed too, but we don't know the history. Based on what it sounds, you're trying to protect her from this person. Like, this person is obviously not good to you. And for her to somehow see through that and be like, oh no, it's fine, I'm just gonna hanky-panky with them. I wouldn't say you're an a-hole for like cutting her out. I honestly would have done the same, but I'm half. It's just like, how much time has passed? But I mean, still, that doesn't forgive a person. Yeah, no, I'm a half and half on this one, guys. I don't know. Let's see what Reddit says. I have a saying, you can choose your family, you cannot choose your relative. Your sister, of her own damn volition, turned herself into a relative. You don't owe relatives shite. And not the a-hole. Not the a-hole. She slept with your child's father, someone she knew deeply hurt you. Not the a-hole, honey. She didn't just cross the line. She did the limbo under with a flamethrower. Oh my gosh. Why is the injured person always the one who's expected to be the bigger person, not the a-hole? Ask your dad if he would forgive a brother for sleeping with your mom. Oh, that's a different line. That's a line that should never be crossed. Exactly. No, absolutely not. My sister also slept with my then husband. It completely messed up my family. Don't back down. She's toxic and will never change. Okay, now I don't feel as bad. I have a guilt complex. So for me, I'm like, you're not the a-hole. She crossed a massive line, right? I mean, you have a family to think about and things were amicable with them, but now it's just all gonna be ruined. No, she literally did the fuck around, find her out situation. I'm gonna agree with Reddit and say you are not the a-hole. Go and do some self-care. I hope you're doing okay. That sounds like a really messy situation. I would hate to be in something like that, and I hope you are healing and you can look after your family. But honestly, that really sucks, my dude. Sucks. Alrighty. Am I the a-hole for refusing to go on a trip because it's not first class? And this is 4 minutes ago, my friends, 4 minutes ago. I may have to refresh to see if there's any comments because right now there's none. So we're going to be the first ones, baby. So my boyfriend planned a surprise trip for us and I was just super excited until I found out he booked economy seats. Like, I appreciate the effort, but he knows I only fly first class when I travel. It's not even about being spoiled, it's about comfort. Long flights are exhausting and I don't want to be stuck in a cramped seat next to strangers when I could be sipping champagne and beers. I told him I wasn't going unless he upgraded and got all on end saying I was being high maintenance and that normal people fly economy all the time. I said, okay, then go with a normal girl. Now he's mad and thinks I'm ungrateful. Am I the a-hole for having standards? Look, for me, it's not... Oh, there's comments, there's comments. There's comments now. I am saying they're the a-hole. So not only did you make him feel invaluable because you're like, oh, well, it's not first class, I'm not going. That, I understand being comfortable is important to some people, like, especially if you have long legs or dietary requirements, that kind of thing. But beggars can't be choosers. Like, this person actually planned a whole trip for you, like a whole trip, and the way that was written is not, it's not okay. Like, go with a normal girl? Excuse me, like, honestly, you're pissing me off with this actually aggravates me. I know how much effort goes into planning a trip and doing all of that thing, and yeah, it is ungrateful. I'm angry for him. Like, you're the a-hole. All right, let's see if Reddit agrees with me. I was really passionate about that. You're the a-hole and you aren't that special. Okay, I don't agree with that last part where they said you aren't special. He's got standards and you don't fit them. Yeah, you're the a-hole and he'd be better off without you. Honestly, that's what I'm saying. You're the a-hole. You do not appreciate the effort. You're coming across as a spoiled brat. Let him go with someone who actually appreciates the surprise trip. Exactly. Like, is this actually... I agree with this next person. I can't believe this is a real post because nobody is this dense. If it's true, you're too dumb to afford first class. Like, I get you want your comfort and that's what you're accustomed to, but he's planned this entire trip. You're not even offering to help pay for the upgrade. Like, okay, cool. You go first class. Not everyone has the means to do that. So I guess if you are able to say, look, you know, economy is really uncomfortable for me. If I help pay for the upgrade, would you be happy to go first class? Like a normal person. If you want something, get it yourself. Don't expect the person to get it for you because I like first class. Stop it with that bougie asshole bullshit. I'm sorry. I'm not monetized, it's fine. Jesus. I mean, the fact that he planned a trip is really nice of him and you should be grateful for that even without the first class seats. I get that they're not to your liking, but at least you're not taking the bus forever. It's like, it's not absolutely horrific being in economy. Exactly. She's completely gone beyond. No. Sorry, my lovely juicy little princess. You are the a-hole. That is so ungrateful. Like, okay, my sister actually paid for us to go to like a interstate and I was so incredibly grateful. Like, she booked the hotel, she booked the flights, and like, honestly, she had a whole itinerary plan, and to this day I am still shocked. I don't know how to come back from that. Like, what do I do for her? You know, like, I want to give back because it's so incredibly thoughtful of someone to be like, hey, I can see you're stressed, or, you know, I want to spend time with you. Let's go on a trip together. And here you are just going, but it's not first class. Honestly, girl, they're not for you then. They're not for you. If you want first class, that's fine. You be first class on your own. Oh, got passionate about that one. Alrighty, this will be our last one. But I really want to do this again. Am I the a-hole for dumping a girl after I found out she was seeing multiple guys? Oh my gosh, okay. Hey, also for some context, I'm a 26-year-old guy and I'm fairly new to the dating scene overall. Okay, thank you for the context. The main reasons are that I grew up in a rural area was fairly unpopular. I feel that. I moved to the city recently for a chef apprenticeship. I met this girl in a poetry club who I'd call Emily. She seemed cool and fun, and she appreciates serious literature, which is a huge bonus. It's not a mandatory thing for me because it's pretty rare these days. It's not people's fault since the government has been dismantling education and promoting anti-intellectualism for years now, at least in my country. So I don't fault people for it. Anyways, after I asked her out, she invited me to this really cool restaurant and we had a good time overall. We talked about Paradise Lost, Frankenstein, and what foods we liked. The place we went to was really good, so I decided to go back on my own to get a burger, but I saw her with another guy. It was definitely a date. I could tell by their body language that they were flirting. At that point, I just worked out and went back home. I deleted her number shortly afterwards. My main problem is the guy is far more conventionally attractive than me, and I've seen that film before. I don't like the ending. I know full well I'm not going to win against Henry Cavill lookalike. My friends say I overreacted. Was I wrong here? I mean, as someone like this, like I'm exactly the same. It takes ages for someone to at least admit they have feelings for me. And I've got friends like, okay, so I've been single for a couple of years now. I personally would give that person the opportunity to discuss, because I've got a male best friend, right? And he and I, look, if you have a male best friend and that people don't think you're dating, who are you? I even have a female best friend and people thought the same. So like, body language can not mean flirting. It could just mean that that person's comfortable with them. However, I also know how that feels. So for me, I probably would have acted the same. Let's be honest. I would have acted the same. Let's see what Reddit says. Not the a-hole, period. Dumping, question mark? Okay, this fresh, and I'll see if there's any more comments. Okay, perfect. Not the a-hole. Everyone is entitled to date who they want when just talking, but it also means you have the right to cut ties, because regardless of how anyone sees it, you are an option for her, but that's not something folks should be cool with when looking for a partner. She took bro to the same spot. Honestly, that's just tacky. Okay, let me catch this one as a fellow person from the sticks. OP likely assumes all women are exclusive, as is the norm in most rural areas of the US. Fair. He is also likely assumed that when you began a conversation with a person that some sort of relationship has begun to form. OP is experiencing the urban dating culture for the first time. Oh, I like this. Okay, this is helping me. So in that case, if he is under the impression of monogamy, then that makes a lot more sense. The title is not clear. Were you in a relationship with her and then you dumped her? Did she think you were in a relationship? Did you have dinner as friends? Did you or her make it clear that you would like to be more than friends? Did you her say you're exclusive? Just a bit more information would help. I agree. So that's why I think what I'm having, because like if you go back, they met this girl. She seemed cool and fun, but there was nothing here stating. Yeah, so I asked her out. She invited me after I asked her out. Okay, so they were dating. So he asked her out. She then invited them to a cool restaurant. Okay, but was that her friend though? Maybe give her a chance to explain herself. That's what I'm saying. It could be something else or not. For her to explain herself, it might confirm your gut feeling and give you a sense of relief and closure. Or it could be something else and you'd be relieved to manage to salvage a friendship and potentially blossom it into something more. Exactly. Okay, so in cities, dating isn't really exclusive. There's typically this 1-2 month period of going through a couple of dates before the two of you become officially just the two of you. Expect other parties to date others during that initial 1 to 2 month period of getting to really know each other. Okay, so we have a lot of context here. We have a lot of questions as well. So he did ask her out. I had to go back and read that. Okay, so that was pretty much of a dick move. However, as the final general was saying, there was no explanation. So I'm going to go ahead and say you're not the a-hole, but also I would think give them a chance to explain or to tell you who this person is, because they could just be a friend, that could be someone they're comfortable with, they've known for a long time. I mean, it still doesn't excuse, you know, taking them to the same place. However, I'll also preface this with being female and not knowing someone fully. That could have been a backup friend that she brought with them. And so afterwards they could have gone to this person and said, hey, everything's safe, I'm all good. Being a female myself, I have been known to do these things. I haven't actually been on a date, so to speak, but if I'm dating someone and it's like, you know, relatively fresh or new, I have been known to just be like, hey, can you just hang around and like make sure everything's cool? So it could have been a safe person. just, you know, it could have been somewhere, one, that she was cool with. So this place obviously meant something to her. So she took you to a place where it was like, okay, cool. I'm comfortable here. And that could have just been a friend that she had stand by in case something happened. So deleting that number shortly afterwards, I think was a bit, I think for me, that's a little bit premature. I get that they were more attractive and things like that, but can't dump someone you're not together. Yeah, they were. Yeah, it does. Yeah, so this person here was like, so you went out once, this whole story needs more context. Exactly. Like, so if you went out once and you're then kind of a soft a-hole, you can't not date anyone for a number of reasons. If you've been dating for a while and established that you're exclusive, then not the a-hole. Exactly. We don't have enough context in this one. So yeah, I'm gonna go yes and no. You are 50-50, my friend. More context, please. Wow, guys. Wow, that was really interesting. That was really interesting. Kind of a lot. There was a lot going on in there, but I had a lot of fun. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. These are on the Am I the A-hole Reddit. If you haven't been on them, have a look. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me. This is a lot of fun. I got very angry with one of them. Hopefully I can get to do this again. If there's anything you want me to react to, please link me to it. I'll be more than happy to see if I can react to it for you sometime. Otherwise, you just have a wonderful rest of your day. As always, stay hydrated, stay safe, de-shrimpify and stretch, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. This is DakuTii signing out until next time.